Hey everyone, this is Joanne coming to you live from New York. I'm also known as #UnicornBoss. So as you guys are jumping online tonight, make sure you hit me up with some rainbow or some unicorn emojis because those are my favorite. If you're grabbing me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. So tonight I'm going to be talking about some fasting tips and tricks. So really excited to kind of chit chat with you guys tonight. And I've got a bunch of people that are joining me on the Keto Reboot. So you're probably like, oh my gosh, what is a reboot? So we're gonna get into that. So I see a bunch of you guys jumping online. Welcome. Go ahead and say hi and let me know where you're coming in from. If you're catching me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And then if you're grabbing me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. If you're a brand new friend, go ahead and comment new so that way I can circle back around and connect with you. I've got a ton of new friends and I just love chit-chatting and saying hi to everyone. And then if you're on the reboot with me right now, if you're on the Keto Reboot, go ahead and comment reboot below. And if you're on a health journey and you just love to fast in general, whether it's just a typical fast or an intermittent fast, go ahead and comment fast below because I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for fasting and I think you'll really get a lot of enjoyment out of this video. So let me swing back through and just say hi to a few of you guys that are jumping on. Hey Renee, hi Adrian, hi Javier. We've got Nadine and Gail. So awesome. Welcome you all. And I see some people that are actually on the Keto Reboot, which is really exciting. So once again, if you're doing the reboot with me or with somebody affiliated with one of our sister teams here, go ahead and just comment reboot below. So thank you guys all so much for joining me tonight. So right now I'm leading a group that is actually doing a 60-hour fast. And I know that seems totally crazy. So if you think it's crazy, go ahead and leave me some hearts below. I know the first time I ever heard of doing a 60-hour fast, I was like, what the heck? What in God's earth? You people are crazy. I fasted before, but the longest fast I've ever done is about 24 hours. So doing something that was 60 hours long seemed like total madness to me. But it's actually really fun. There's some main goals in doing this a 60-hour fast, so I'm going to just kind of share those with you really quickly, and then we'll get right to the tips and tricks. So first things first, on the 60-hour fast, it's meant to reset your metabolism. So you're just going to kind of put yourself back down to 0. You know, when we go through our diet and basically how we treat our bodies, you know, some days we have good days and some days we have bad days. And I know for me, and I'll put myself out there, I'm the first one to say it, I had a lot more bad days than I had good days in my life as far as my diet and my health is concerned. So this reboot is a really great way to reset your metabolism and kind of start over. So I don't know about you guys, but I definitely needed a chance to start over. So if you can agree with me, go ahead and leave me some rainbows below. It's also going to help you curb your cravings. So if anybody's suffering from sugar cravings at all, I know I used to have a really bad sweet tooth. I really was the type of person that I needed chocolate every single day. So if you can relate at all, leave me some chocolate emojis below. It's also meant to boost your physical performance. So fasting is a really great way if like you're strength training or you're a runner or you lift weights. I mean, whatever you do to get yourself into top peak physical performance, this is a great way to kind of boost your results there. And then the last thing is it helps you push past any plateaus. So is anybody stuck on their health journey? And if you're stuck at all, you can just comment stuck below. Maybe you are, at that magical number. I know for me, I was stuck like at a year practically trying to get past a specific number on the scale. And just like no matter what I did, no matter how I changed my diet, no matter what I did with my workouts, I just was kind of staying stuck at that number. And that's what we call a plateau. So this reboot, the 60 hours, is meant to kind of help push you past those plateaus. So I'm really excited about that. I know last month I was able to push past a pretty nice plateau and I was able to lose 6 pounds, which was really, really exciting. So okay, so if you're curious at all, and if this sounds like really exciting to you, just go ahead and comment I'm in, and I'll make sure I swing back through and get you guys the information so that way you can join us next month. We do this fast monthly, so it's always usually the second weekend of the month, and we have a lot of fun. I've got a group of girls that I'm leading. Men are also involved, so you won't be the only lonely guy in there. And we just keep it fun. You get a lot of support, a lot of love. We do some contests and giveaways, and it's a really great community. I just really enjoy doing this every month. So if you want to experience it next month with us, just go ahead and comment I'm in, and I'll make sure I get you all the information that you have so that we can make a good decision for yourself. So here we go. Getting into the tips and tricks for fasting, because I know a bunch of you guys are fasting over the next 60 hours and you're probably wondering how you're going to make it. And these are great fasting tips just in general. And maybe you've heard of a few of these things because usually it's kind of generic, the same tips for fasting apply to everything, but hopefully you'll learn a few new things tonight. So first things first is make sure you are drinking enough water and staying hydrated. And I know like we say this all the time when it comes to health and wellness, but that's because water intake is so important. Your body is like what, 90% composed of water or something like that, and it's just your body needs that water to actually function and survive. And I don't know if anybody can relate to this, but I know when I was really overweight, when I first started trying to get healthy, I was up over 200 pounds, and I was not drinking water to sustain my body. I was drinking soda to hydrate myself. So can anybody relate at all? If you can, go ahead and leave me some hearts below. But I was drinking all the things, whether it was sugary juice, sugary soda, sugary sports drinks. I was drinking all the things, but the water that my body actually needed to sustain itself. So make sure you're getting your water. And the general rule is you need to be drinking half of your body's weight in ounces of water. So for instance, let's say you're 160 pounds, that's 80 ounces of water. Most typical like sippy cups that you would refill throughout the day, they're usually about 20 ounces. So if you have a 20-ounce cup, that means you need to refill it 4 times a day. So that was kind of like how I started getting started with my water intake and learning to get better about that. And I actually thought I was doing a really good job until I did the math one day, and I was like, oh boy, I'm only getting about 40 ounces of water, and that's not even close to what my body needs to actually function. So I would encourage you to do the math and see how much water your body actually needs just to function and survive. And I bet you're not even getting close to it. And that's okay, because we're going to help you get there. Some tips and tricks for getting your water in for the day. Make sure you have some water first thing right when you wake up. If you add a little lemon juice, that's even great for your body to kind of help detox. You want to have water with all of your meals, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's already 60 ounces of water right there. And if you're having your water right when you wake up in the morning, there's your 80 ounces of water. Also, you want to hydrate before and after a workout. So that's a great way to increase your water intake. And just anytime you feel hungry, I would encourage you to really ask yourself, am I hungry or am I thirsty? One thing I've really noticed on my health journey is that I have triggers to eat. And I have the urge to eat. And when I really think about it, I actually find that I'm actually thirsty and I'm not hungry. And that's a super tip for you when you're on your health journey, is that, the feeling of hunger is very similar to the feeling of thirst. And if you get to the point where you're actually feeling thirsty, it's already too late. You're already in the first stages of dehydration. So by the time you actually feel thirsty, you are way too far in that process. But before that, you'll have urges of hunger, and it's actually probably your body trying to tell you that you're actually thirsty. And if you're curious at all, I didn't write them all down here, because I know I've gone over this in a different video in the past, and I didn't want to repeat the content. But if you Google the symptoms of dehydration, you will find a slew of things that I'm sure you probably are suffering from, and you didn't even realize that it was a symptom of dehydration. Things like anxiety, not being able to sleep at night. I mean, just the list goes on and on. There's a ton of symptoms there. So encourage you to, next time you feel hungry, try drinking some water and see if you're actually thirsty. And you may find that this is a total game changer for you. Okay, another importance, obviously, of the water is that you want to help flush the toxins out of your body. So especially when you're on a concentrated fast like this, any kind of extended period of time, that water is vital, because we're sending that water to your liver to flush out those toxins and give your body the opportunity to detox and really get rid of it all, which is the point of the fast. So, okay, cool. So that's my first step, is your water. My second tip for you is to start thinking about how you can rewire your thought process. And I actually touched on this a little bit in my first tip, but just start asking yourself, am I hungry? So I find that especially while I'm sitting at my desk at work a lot of the time, I'm reaching for where I keep my snacks. And granted, I carry healthy snacks with me now that I'm on the ketogenic lifestyle, you know, things like cheese and pepperoni and high fat things that are good for me. But when I'm on the fast, I especially notice it when I'm not eating. I have the urge to go reach. I'm reaching for the munchies and I'm not even really hungry. It's just that habit of hand to mouth and that constant reaching and wanting to snack on goodies. And I find that during this fast, I'm actually not really hungry, but I miss eating because, let's face it, I'm a fat girl at heart. I love to eat. So, it's a great time to kind of like really just soul search and really just start to retrain your brain to think about what your relationship is with food and to only put food in your mouth when you genuinely feel hungry. Not because it's that time of the day, not because, it's that magical hour or whatever, but, are you actually hungry? So start to retrain your brain to actually function the way it's supposed to. Okay, so step 3 is that we want to increase our movement. So I know last month I added movement to my 60-hour fast routine, and I found that it was so amazing. So if I started to feel a little hungry, I would just go on a nice walk, or I would get on the treadmill or do the elliptical or something like that. And I found out that if you haven't tried out working out while you're in ketosis, you are missing out, because working out while in ketosis feels like you are actually flying. So if anybody knows what this feels like, feel free to share below and let me know what kind of workouts you enjoy while you're in ketosis. But I just find like when I'm on the elliptical and I'm pushing hard and I'm listening to music, I feel like Superwoman. It's amazing. So make sure you're getting your movement in, and it can be small movement, even just a light walk, even just walking with my dog does a big difference. And by the time I come back in, I'm not even thinking about hunger anymore, which is really exciting. My 4th trick for you is to make sure you're getting your electrolytes. And this is super important if you're on an extended fast at all. There may be points where you might feel a little dizzy or a little nauseous, and that just means you're not getting enough electrolytes. So during a fasting period, especially anything over 24 hours, I really like to invest in some high quality water, something that's got nice minerals and electrolytes right in the water. So that way, as I'm hydrating, I'm giving my body those electrolytes it needs to sustain itself. I also like to add crushed pink Himalayan salt either to my water, or you could just like crush it and just lick it a little bit. But that really does help give your body the minerals it needs that it's depleting during this time of fasting, which is super important. And then the last tip I have for you is tip number 5. And I'm trying to hurry you guys because I see my phone is about to die. So I apologize if I'm rushing this last little bit here. But feel free to leave any questions or curiosities at all, or if you want to join us next month, don't forget to comment I'm in below and I'll make sure I get you some more information. But tip number 5 that I have written down is when you're finally to the point where you're ready to break your fast and have your breakfast. I'll be breaking my fast on Wednesday morning around 8 or 9 a.m. So it's important to eat something good and nourishing and healthy to your body when you are breaking your fast. Something high in protein, high in fat, and it just feels so, so good. Eat nice and slow and just allow your body the opportunity to start accepting that nourishment again. So I usually typically when I break my fast on Wednesday morning, I like to have like scrambled eggs or a nice omelet with some spinach and some cheese and I like to do like a full fat sausage, or you could do bacon. If you can add some avocado in there, that would even be super amazing. But you just want to really stack up those healthy fats and proteins, and you will feel so good and so nourished and so sustained after you finish your 60-hour fast. So I hope you all really enjoy these tips and tricks for how to kind of help yourself sustain through an extended period of time fasting. So I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and leave me some hearts below, and don't forget to share out this video to your friends and family. And if you want to join us next month in the Reboot, don't forget to comment I'm in, and I'll get you some more information. And if we're not friends yet, go ahead and send me a friend request so that way I can circle back around and connect with you. So thank you all so much for joining tonight. Good luck on your Reboot, and I will be back here tomorrow to check in on you guys and see how you're doing. Take care. Have a great night. Bye-bye.